Hey guys, Bam here. Today I want to share with you the best way I found to get EXP in this event, and it's using Abyss. So I'll show you exactly what idols I'm using. I had most of these idols except this one and this one, but aside of that, they're pretty cheap, and personally I had them in my stashes, so yeah, it could be upgraded for sure. I just want to go about what it needs, and then I'll talk about what you can add on top of it. Okay, so the most important one is this modifier: abysses in your maps that do not lead to an abyssal depth lead to 4 pits if able. So this mod, I had this one. I actually changed it for something better, but it didn't pay off, to be honest, which has another mod that says Abyss jewels found in Abyssal Troves or dropped by Stygian Spires in your maps have a 15 to 25% chance to be corrupted and have 5 to 6 mods, random modifiers. So sadly I didn't make any money with this, but it's the reason why I bought this. But yeah, I only did a single level with this strategy, but it took me a bit more than an hour at 17 minutes to level from 97 to 98. So yeah, it's pretty great. Yeah, so if you want some more money, you could buy the Abyssal Jewels found in your troves, whatever, to have 5 or 6 mods, because they can drop some pretty nice ones if you get lucky. But as I said, I didn't get any. The most important one is this modifier, the 4 pits, and that's it for the 2x2 or the Conqueror Idol. Alright, next we have a bunch of 2x1s, and the reason why is that we need experience from the Abyss. So Abyss monsters in your maps grants 30 to 40% increased experience. Okay, and then you can add some modifier to this. I'll talk about it a bit later, but yeah, the most important part, as I said, is 30 to 40% increase the experience. You want to stack this mod on every single 2x1. The more you have, the better. But of course, there's a diminishing return, because like from, let's say, from 360% to 400% isn't that as much of a change to, let's say, 100% to 40%. So you get the idea. The more you stack it, the less effective it is, but still, you're there to make, uh, not to make your banks, but to get a bunch of experience. So we're trying to get as many as possible. Personally, I don't have that much. I could be swapping some, and I'll go over. And then yeah, I'll talk about the 2x1 what you can add onto them. But yeah, I just wanted to show the base of it. So for the Unconquered Idol, again, 4 pits, and for the 2x1, either this way or that way, it needs the increased experience. Okay, now I did something else. I added something on top of Abyss, which is Syndicate. Um, uh, yeah, and I get from those, I get a chance to get a contain June, but it's not needed. If you don't want to do this, you can only run Abysses and it will be fine too. But I like to run Catarina, and this is where the money comes. But again, if you're like struggling and to kill Catarina without dying, it might not be the best idea, because you will actually lose your EXP while doing it. But if you want, you can always skip Catarina and only do the safe houses without killing her. So this is another option. Yeah, so you can always get chance to get Abyss, not Abyss, sorry, June on your 2x1s. This is also an option. And then here I have this. The reason why I'm using this is really because I had them, I had one of them in my stash, and then I bought the other one. So I had this one that I picked up myself, and it says Abyss's pits in your maps have chance to spawn almost or at least magic, and then Abyss cracks. So yeah, I mean, I have 2 of those. I don't know if it's worth it or it's better to get more E experience per, but as I said, the more you get of the experience, the less adding some more on top of it will be. So that's why I'm using those. To be honest, it could be replaced by more 2x1s, and it would work just fine. And aside of that, that's about it. Yeah, on your 1x1, I added a chance to gain to contain abyss and June. Once you get to 100% or 92% because you have 8% chance to spawn abysses, same for June, it's fine. You don't have to add some more. It will not add another abyss on top of it. It's only one added abyss from this mod, so don't worry. If you're not at like let's say 200%, anyway, it will not work at 200%. Once you reach 92%, you're actually maxed. And yeah, that's about it for these abysses. On top of that, here you can see Immortal Syndicate members executed in your maps have 40 to 60% chance to get an additional rank. So if you get it right, you need 100% chance to get an additional rank every time. So you just need two of those modifiers equal to 100%. Here I have a 60% and here I have a 51. It could be 50 here or even 49 and it would work. Alright, now let's talk about what we can add on top of our percentage of experience gained from Abyss monsters. So here I'll have a bunch of modifiers actually added, so we'll just look at it. So this modifier is the most important one. As I said, it rolls between 30 to 40%. So if you want more EXP, you could be, let's say, roll at 38%. And then have some weight in sum, meaning it will have at least one of those modifiers. Yeah, and this is what it says, one, and then the weight is all one. And yeah, increase number of monsters, increase to each prior pit in that abyss, and then chance to spawn all monsters as magic, and abyss pits have chance to spawn increase 100% monsters. So this is all the mods that are actually useful, but if we look at it right now, they're kind of pricey. They're like 2 divine each. So yeah, it gets kind of crazy if we look at lower increase of experience. There's one at 31 chaos, but aside of that, it jumps up pretty quickly to 2 divines. As I said, if you want to, you can invest into that, but you don't need to. The only modifier you actually need is this one. And then if you want, you can add a chance for June to spawn or something like that. Yeah, but yeah, as you can see, they're pretty cheap. So the best part about this strategy is actually the percentage of EXP. So as long as you get this modifier, it's fine. Don't worry too much about the rest. And yeah, that's it for the 2x1s. Alright, now let's talk about the Scarabs. So for this strategy, it's better if you have actually 6 slots on luck. In order to do this, you need to have completed 100 maps and a map objective and T17. If you cannot handle T17, well, you can always ask for a carry. Usually if you go to trade 820, there's people selling some services and you can ask for a carry for a T17 boss. Either your own map or joining theirs, and then you pay like 30 chaos or something like that, and you will have your slot unlocked. I like it. Alright, with that being said, now let's go for the most important scarabs. Those are the scarabs you really need, so you need 2 abyss scarabs, which will add an abyss each, and 2 abyss scarab of multitude, which will just increase the number of monsters. The reason why we're using 2 and 2 is just because it's the maximum each. As you can see, it says limit of 2. And yeah, that's it for the base scarabs. And then you can have the abyss scarab of edifice if you want. This will lead to Stygian spires. So the cool thing with this is if you have a caster build, meaning you cast a lot, you can have the caster mastery that opens the chest automatically, and this will open the hordes. So yeah, if not, it's kind of annoying because you have to click every single hordes, and it's not super important what's in there. But if you open like 100 or 200 per map, you can actually get a bunch of stuff from it. But clicking every single one will just give you wrist pain. So Yeah, this is only for casters in my opinion. If you want to run this, you have to have a caster build that casts a lot of stuff. And then here we have Beyond Scarab of the Invasion. So this is if you have a chance to spawn Beyond on your maps. The higher percentage chance, the better. But yeah, this is sometimes you will have that on your idols as an added bonus to your idols. So you can use this, which will bring a lot more Beyond portals, meaning more monsters and again more EXP. It's not super important. You can skip this if you want, but all of those Scarabs are like 1 chaos each. If we look at the Abyss Scarab, it's 1 chaos. Scarab of Multitude is like maybe, yeah, sometimes 2 chaos. And Abyss Scarab of Edifice is like 1 chaos. And the Scarab of Invasion, Beyond Scarab of Invasion, also 1 chaos. So it's a super, super cheap strategy. The only thing that can cost a lot is idols if you want to min-max your stuff. But if you buy the base stuff, it will be extremely cheap and still give you a bunch of EXP. Okay, and the last thing is we have to craft Abyss on our lab device, which would give us two more Abysses. For 4 chaos, it's worth it. And yeah, that's about it for the Scarabs and the map device. Alright, now here's a map showcase, and I'll talk about what you want to do in there. So first of all, for the map, doesn't really matter. I prefer open layout. Personally, I'm doing Dune because I have the divination card from the Defiled Cathedral, meaning it's possible to get an apothecary card in there. But any map that you feel comfortable in is fine. As I said, I prefer open layouts, but matter. And then you want to find one with the Abyss and keep going at it. And yeah, there's not much strategy. Just make sure you do not step on another Abyss, because it will start two and it's kind of hard to control two at once. But it's possible, but it's just harder. And then yeah, you want to kill everything. This is where the big EXP comes from. And also we have the Syndicate that gives us some EXP, but for the most part, it's just the tons of monsters with increased experience from Abyss. Yeah, as you can hear, where the EXP bar is already moving, so at level 97 it's pretty cool. Oh yeah. Side of that, you just want to do all your Abysses. You can get your shrine buffs if you have any added shrines onto your map first, but I don't think it's needed. To be honest, most Abysses are pretty easy. There's another thing you can do if you're scared of dying. There's actually an omen that gives you back 75% of the XP you lost on that, but they cost like 30 chaos each. So if you die, like let's say every once in a while, it's fine. If you die a lot, I would suggest finding better gear before actually doing this. But yeah, the monsters aren't too scary. And for the June, you want to level them as close as possible to level 3. If they're level 1 or 0, meaning they just got out of, they just spawned, you want to level them. If not, you just want to execute them, and that way they give you more intelligence. That way you can run more safe houses. So in this map I'm running the Delirium. You don't have to, especially if you're struggling, just press on the bottom right the 2 arrows and skip it. Skip the Delirium, doesn't really matter. Especially if you have a hard time with, like, let's say chaos damage, because a lot of Delirium monsters actually deal chaos damage. So you just skip it. It doesn't give much. I don't even know why I'm keeping it. But since I'm able to do it, it's fine. Yeah, you wanna kill every single Abyss. That's about it. For this map is super straightforward. You can add some influence here. I have either world, but it doesn't really matter. I just added it if I ever hit the divine altar mod. But yeah, I'm not really counting on it. And yeah, most of the time I don't think it's worth picking up the downside of it because you will be fighting a lot of monsters. So it takes some time. My maps take between like 5 to 7, even 8 minutes per. So yeah, it takes a while to kill everything. The cool thing about this strategy is since you're pretty much clearing the whole map, you will find a lot of nameless here and reflecting mist. And I don't know if I just got lucky or if it's killing more monsters give you more chances of actually spawning it, but I found it 3 times over the course of 10 or 11 maps, I can't recall. Well, yeah, my sample size is super low, so I don't know. But yeah, it's something I really enjoy finding, so that's cool. And in this map I actually found something useful from the nameless here, which is nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this map. I'll leave the rest of the map in the video, but if you want, you can just skip it ahead. And we'll talk about the safe houses, but pretty much safe houses, you run them as soon as they spawn. They give you a chunk of EXP, so it's kind of cool, but the rewards from uh, the NPCs in doesn't give much. They give a random Scrabs and some pretty bad rewards, so if you want, you can even skip the rewards. During safe houses, you just want to kill every single monster on the way to the actual house. Because they give a bonus 100% more EXP, so it's kind of good. But yeah, you want to get to the end and then execute the members. As I said previously, if you want, you can just skip the rewards because they are not super good unless you use grave fishes, but I don't use it on this strategy. I want to go as fast as possible and only care about the XP. So yeah, just kill everything on your way there and then kill the syndicate members. And then you can go back to mapping, which is the biggest source of EXP.
We are born leaders. You were born to serve us. I must be sabotaged. But by who?
Alright, now for Catarina, you can skip until you actually level, and only fight her once you have like no XP to lose, because the reason why we're doing this strategy is actually to get levels. So the most important part when leveling is actually not dying. But if you're thinking enough and you know her attack pattern, you can actually kill her, it's fine. If not, as I did here, I wasn't sure, so I actually waited until I finished my level, and once I got to level 98, I actually fought Catarina. Here I got lucky, and well, not got lucky, but I mean, I wasn't sure at first, so I didn't take any chances, but I didn't die to her. But yeah, sometimes it can be scary fighting Catarina depending on your build. So make sure you take that into account before fighting her. But yeah, that safe house actually gives a bunch of EXP too, and then you actually have to fight her. And yeah, if you know her patterns, it's pretty easy. At first she will have some attacks and either spawn some small skulls, a big skull, or a swing with her weapon. You can dodge all of those, so yeah, it's pretty easy. And then she will summon one of the syndicate members, and then you will have to go to one of the sides to actually give your life in order to remove the, I don't know what's called, the corruption from it or something. And yeah, once you've done this, you can get out of it and start fighting again. And at some point, the totem in the middle will shoot a wave. It does a lot of damage, so you want to dodge that, especially if you don't have a lot of effective HP. So yeah, that's it. And then it's rinse and repeat, always doing the same thing over and over until you have done 3 zones. So here's the second zone. Here, as I said, the waves, see, it almost killed me. So that's the reason why I waited until I got my level 2 kill Catarina. But if you're a better player than I am, because I'm not really good, not gonna lie, I know how to make money, but skill-wise, I'm not the best. So yeah, that's why I waited. And I would suggest, if you're struggling, just wait until you actually have done your level. Again, the wave, I dodge it. And yeah, that's about it. Once you have the 3 sides unlocked, here's the third one. You will have to fight another syndicate member and then fight Catarina. And that's it. You talk to her in June, and then you get your reward. The big ticket is the Veiled Orb, which is right now 7 divines, but I've only gotten 1 out of 3 of Catarina this week. I know people who have went a long straight before getting any, so yeah. It's about 30% drop. So it can be a good source of money if you actually spawn her fast, but it's super RNG, to be honest. Alright, now let's see a small clip where I got extremely lucky during this strategy. But this will happen because you're killing so many monsters. Maybe not this lucky, but you can get divines and stuff. So yeah, this was extremely lucky. They go for 55 to 57 divines. The price changes a lot, but yeah, sometimes you will get some random stuff like that since you're killing so many monsters during this. But don't count on it. the strategy is made for EXP. If you get some stuff, it's always cool. But yeah, as I said, I got extremely lucky. It's the only one I actually dropped this league. Yeah. So that's it for the Inicor's luck. But I did find a Divine and one Exalt, so it's possible to get some stuff from it because you're killing so many monsters. And if this was helpful to you, consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, take care, guys.